I'm standing in the produce section of a Whole Foods on a Wednesday evening, holding a bag of overpriced organic spinach, while my boyfriend of 2 years tells me I should be grateful he's dating me. The fluorescent lights are doing that thing where they hum just loud enough to be annoying, and there's this woman nearby pretending to examine avocados while absolutely eavesdropping on our conversation. I can feel my face getting hot, not from anger yet, more from that specific brand of humiliation that comes from being torn down in public. You're lucky I even chose you, Marcus says again, like he's explaining basic math to a child. His arms are crossed, and he's got that expression, the one I've started noticing more lately, where his top lip curls just slightly. Makes him look like he smells something bad. I mean, let's be honest, Jen. You're not exactly a catch. The thing about moments like this, your brain does this weird thing where it splits in two. Part of me is hearing every word, feeling that familiar ache in my chest. But there's this other part, this observer part, that's taking notes. Cataloging. Because this isn't the first time. It's just the first time he's been this explicit about it in public, with witnesses, near the organic produce. I should probably mention how we got here. Context matters, right? It started maybe 6 months ago, these little comments. Nothing dramatic at first. Are you really going to eat that? When I ordered dessert? That dress is brave. When I wore something that wasn't his preferred style, which apparently was whatever made me invisible. You're so sensitive, whenever I pointed out that something he said hurt. Classic stuff, looking back. The kind of thing that feels like paper cuts until you realize you're bleeding from 1,000 tiny wounds. But here's what I didn't tell him, what he didn't know, standing there in Whole Foods, getting ready to really dig in about my supposed flaws. 3 months ago, my college roommate Sarah called me. We'd lost touch after graduation, but she'd seen something on LinkedIn that made her think of me. A senior position at a tech company I'd dreamed about working for since my sophomore year. She worked there now, in a different department, and she thought I'd be perfect for it. I applied. Didn't tell Marcus because, well, if you've ever dated someone who needs you to be small to feel big, you know why. Every achievement became a threat. Every success was somehow an insult to him. When I got promoted to team lead at my current job, he didn't speak to me for 2 days. So yeah, I kept the application quiet. Got to the second interview, then the third, then the final round, which happened last Tuesday, the day before this Whole Foods incident. They wanted to fly me out to their headquarters in Seattle. All expenses paid. Meet the team situation. Basically a formality before the offer. The recruiter, this woman named Patricia with the warmest voice, told me they were very excited about bringing me aboard. Direct quote. She'd send the formal offer by the end of the week. I still hadn't told Marcus. Was planning to, obviously. Just strategically, when he was in a good mood, after I'd figured out how to frame it so it didn't sound like I was abandoning him or, and I'm cringing typing this out, succeeding too much. That's what my life had become. Managing someone else's ego while making myself smaller. Fun times. So we're in Whole Foods because I'd suggested we cook dinner together. Novel idea, right? Spend time together, make something nice. He'd been distant lately, more than usual, and I thought maybe we could reconnect. Instead, I'm getting a lecture about my shortcomings next to the kale. I could be with someone way hotter, he continues, and honestly, the audacity. This man showed up to our first date in Crocs. Crocs. But I saw something in you. Potential, maybe. Though you're not really living up to it. The avocado woman has fully given up pretending now. She's just watching, avocado in hand like she's at a tennis match. I open my mouth to respond, though what I'm going to say I have no idea, when my phone rings. The ringtone is that default iPhone 1, way too loud in the vegetable section. I glance down at the screen. Patricia, the recruiter. My heart does this thing where it either stops or speeds up so fast it feels like stopping. It's 6:47 p.m. on a Wednesday. She's calling after business hours. This is either very good or very bad, and given the last conversation we had, I'm pretty sure it's not bad. Marcus is still talking. Something about how I don't appreciate him, how other girls would kill to be in my position. But I'm not really hearing it anymore because I'm looking at my phone, then at him, then at my phone again, and something inside me just shifts. I answer. Right there. Don't excuse myself. Don't walk away. Just answer. Hi, Patricia. My voice comes out steadier than I feel. Thanks so much for calling. Marcus stops mid-sentence. His mouth is literally hanging open slightly, like I've just violated some unspoken rule about him being the center of attention at all times. Patricia's warm voice fills my ear. Jen, I hope I'm not catching you at a bad time, but I couldn't wait until tomorrow. We'd like to formally offer you the position. Senior Product Manager, $140,000 base salary plus equity and the full benefits package we discussed. And I'm authorized to offer a $15,000 signing bonus if you can start within the month. I am going to be completely honest with you guys. My current salary is $62,000. This isn't just a new job. This is a different life. That's incredible, I say, and I can hear myself smiling through the words. Thank you so much. This is such amazing news. Marcus's face is doing something fascinating. It's cycling through confusion, annoyance, and, wait for it, the dawning realization that he is not, in fact, the main character in this moment. Can I call you back in about 10 minutes? I ask Patricia. I'm just finishing something up, and I want to give this the attention it deserves. Absolutely, she says. Congratulations, Jen. We're thrilled to have you. I hang up. The silence in our immediate vicinity is profound. Even the avocado lady is holding her breath. What was that? Marcus asks, and there's this edge to his voice now. Not quite anger. Something more uncomfortable for him. Uncertainty. That, I say, setting down my overpriced spinach, was a job offer. In Seattle. Senior product manager position. About twice what you make, actually. Okay, Petty? Maybe. But also true. He works in sales and never shuts up about his commission structure, so I know his numbers. His face goes through another journey. This time it lands on something between panic and anger. You applied for jobs without telling me? I did a lot of things without telling you, I say, and wow, does that feel good to say out loud. Because you've made it very clear that my accomplishments make you uncomfortable. And honestly, Marcus, I'm tired of making myself smaller so you can feel bigger. The thing about finally saying what you've been thinking for months is that it's like pulling a plug. Everything else just flows out. I'm not lucky you chose me, I continue. You're not doing me a favor by being in a relationship with me. And the fact that you think you are, that you genuinely believe you're some kind of prize I should be grateful for, that tells me everything I need to know about how you see me, how you've always seen me. Jen, he starts, but I'm on a roll now. You criticized what I eat, what I wear, how I laugh. Remember that? You told me my laugh was too loud at your work party. You've spent 2 years making me feel like I need to earn your approval, and I don't. I don't need to earn anything from you. Avocado woman nods slightly. I see it in my peripheral vision. My witness. My ally in produce. Marcus's face is red now. So what? You're breaking up with me? In a Whole Foods? You literally just told me I'm not a catch in a Whole Foods, I point out. So, yeah, I think I am. Consider yourself free to find someone who lives up to your incredibly high standards. Someone who thinks Crocs on a first date are a bold fashion choice. That was 3 years ago, he sputters. And you still own them. Okay, we're getting off track, but also I'm not wrong. I take a breath. Try to channel some dignity here. Look, I'll get my stuff from your place this weekend when you're at your parents'. Leave your key on the counter. We're done. You can't be serious, he says, but there's something desperate in it now. Just because of some job offer? You're going to throw away 2 years? And this right here, is the moment I realize he never actually knew me. Never wanted to. Because someone who knew me would understand that this isn't about the job offer. The job offer is just what made me remember I have value outside of his approval. I'm serious, I say quietly. I'm going to move to Seattle and take a job I'm qualified for and excited about. I'm going to stop eating sad desk lunches because you made me feel bad about going to restaurants alone. I'm going to wear dresses you think are too bright and laugh as loud as I want. And I'm going to do all of it without someone telling me I should be grateful they're tolerating my existence. I pick up my phone, leave the spinach, and walk toward the exit. On my way past Avocado Woman, she mouths, "Good for you," and gives me a subtle thumbs up. God bless Avocado Woman. She's the real MVP of this story. I can hear Marcus behind me, saying my name, but his voice is already getting quieter, farther away, less relevant to my life with each step. I get to my car, a 15-year-old Honda Civic he's always made fun of, and I call Patricia back. We talk for 45 minutes. She answers every question I have about the role, the team, the company culture, tells me about Seattle, about the apartment hunting resources they provide for relocations, about how the whole team has been rooting for me since my first interview. Can I be honest with you? She says toward the end of the call. Your second interviewer, James, told me after you left that you were the most naturally talented product thinker he'd interviewed in 5 years. He's been bugging me daily about whether you'd accepted yet. I'm sitting in my car in the Whole Foods parking lot, and I'm crying, but not the sad kind. The kind where you didn't realize how heavy something was until you put it down. 3 days later, I sign the offer. 2 weeks after that, I give notice at my current job. My boss is disappointed but supportive, tells me she saw this coming because I've been operating above this role for a while anyway. Writes me a glowing recommendation letter I didn't even ask for. The Marcus situation resolves itself quickly because there wasn't much to resolve. I get my stuff. He's not there, thankfully, because his mom's sister's dog was having surgery or something. His place looks smaller than I remembered, sadder. I realize I spent 2 years organizing my entire life around someone who had a framed poster of a Lamborghini in his bedroom. At 29, not even his Lamborghini, just a Lamborghini. That exists. I leave his key, take my books and the coffee maker I bought, and close that door for the last time. Moving day is chaos in the best way. Sarah, my old roommate, the one who sent me the job listing, helps me find a one-bedroom apartment in Capitol Hill with exposed brick and these huge windows that let in incredible light. It's twice my old rent, but I can actually afford it now, which is a wild feeling. First week at the new job, I'm terrified, imposter syndrome hitting hard. But then I'm in my first product meeting and I make a suggestion about user flow that hadn't occurred to anyone else. And James, the guy who apparently thinks I'm talented, literally stops the meeting to say, "This is exactly what we needed. This is why we hired you. It's been 4 months now. Seattle's rainy, which everyone warned me about, but I kind of love it. Like permission to stay inside and read without feeling guilty. I've made friends on my team. Started going to this climbing gym where I'm terrible but having fun. Bought a dress in the loudest floral print you've ever seen, and wore it to a company event where multiple people complimented it." Marcus texted me once, about 3 weeks after the move. "Hey, hope you're doing well in Seattle. Maybe we moved too fast ending things. Want to talk?" I didn't respond. What would I even say? "Sorry, busy living up to my potential?" Actually, that's pretty good. Wish I'd thought of it at the time. The wildest part? About 2 months ago, I'm scrolling Instagram, bad habit, working on it, and I see Marcus posted a picture with a new girlfriend. She looks lovely, genuinely. And the caption is something about, "Finally found someone who appreciates me." I laughed. Not in a mean way. More in a, the jokes really do write themselves way. Left him unblocked because, honestly, I don't think about him enough to care. I still think about Avocado Woman sometimes, though. Wonder if she tells people about the breakup she witnessed in Whole Foods. Hope she bought those avocados. Hope they were perfectly ripe. Here's what I learned from all of this, and I promise I'm not trying to be preachy. Nobody's doing you a favor by being with you. If someone makes you feel like you need to earn your place in their life, like you're constantly auditioning for the role of girlfriend or boyfriend or partner, that's not love. That's not even like. That's someone using you to feel better about themselves. And the scary thing? You don't always notice it happening. It's gradual. Little comments that seem like jokes, criticisms framed as helping you improve, reactions that make you hesitate before sharing good news. Until one day you're standing in a Whole Foods, getting told you should be grateful someone tolerates you, and you've almost forgotten that you're a person with value and talent and the ability to wear loud floral prints. The phone call from Patricia didn't change who I was. I was always qualified for that job. I was always worth more than how Marcus treated me. The call just reminded me, gave me permission to remember. So if you're reading this and something's resonating a little too hard, if you're recognizing your own relationship in this story, I want you to know You're not lucky they chose you. They're not doing you a favor, and you deserve someone who celebrates your wins instead of making you hide them. Also, never trust a man who wears Crocs on a first date. That's just common sense. I start every morning now with coffee on my apartment balcony, watching Seattle wake up, thinking about all the things I used to make myself small for. And then I go to a job where people value my ideas, work with a team that wants me to succeed, and come home to an apartment that's all mine. Turns out, I was always the catch. Just took a phone call in the produce section to remember it. Worth it, though, even if I never did get that spinach.